Salut, c'est Marie de Just French It. Now, I'm going to be super short today, and this is actually a new format that I'm testing with. You tell me if you like it or not. And we are going to talk about French grammar again. Because we all know how French grammar can be a little bit, overwhelming. So I'm going to give you one French grammar hack. That's right, a hack. And, French grammar can be so overwhelming that any hack that can make it easier, I take it. And I'm assuming that you are taking it too. So here it is. This is the hack that I'm going to present to you. Verb endings have a pattern. What? Of course they have a pattern, Marie. Well, verb endings, if you are not sure on the terminology, verb endings are those letters that we add at the end of a verb depending on the subject and the tense. They can vary from one tense to the other, from one type of subject to the other, and from one verb group to the other. This is, French grammar really accelerated. So, needless to say that because there are so many, variable to the endings, well, there are plenty of verb endings. Sorry, so it can get a little bit confusing, right? But here's what I want you to remember, and I'm going to be really quick, but I'm writing at the same time, so you'll excuse me if you hear the keyboard. S is for tu. Okay, that's the first one. T is for il, elle, on. On is for nous. Good. Et is for vous. And en is for il and elle. This is the plural. Okay. So this is the really generic, terminations or verb endings that you need to remember. Let's take, for example, the imperfect. The termination of the verb ending, of the imperfect, they're all the same for the different verb groups. They are this: so, AIS, AIT, ION, IE, IE, that's right, and AIENT. You see, you have the S here, the T here, the ONS here, the EZ here, and the ENT here. Let's take for example, the second group of the present simple. IS, IT. You don't see anything anymore. It's just... I can tell you that. There it is. So, son, c'est, and is. There you go. So again, here we see the S, the T, the on, the E, and the en. Right. So if you remember those already, if you remember those few already, you are on your way to verb endings. You are on your way to mastering them. And that can be really useful, when you are speaking kind of a little bit, but they change a bit. But it's just when you are looking at sentences, if you spot an S at the end, then there's, statistically, there's a lot of chances that the subject will be tu, so you in the singular. If you see a T at the end, then probably the subject is il, elle, or on, so third person of the singular. And on is a specificity of the French language. It's a nous that is singular. I won't talk about that today, but it's very interesting. If you see ONS at the end, then probably the subject is nous. If you see EZ, then the subject is probably vous. And if you see ENT, then the subject is probably il or elle in the plural, so the third person of the plural. Okay, so that was a really, really quick hack. And this is just the first one, actually. I've created a list of 8 French grammar hacks that you can get for you. So if you want more hacks, please check the description of this podcast, of this video. Actually, it's not a podcast. So I'll see you there. Bye.